Scorpio, August 26th carries a completely different kind of energy around you. Something that has been hidden beneath the surface is beginning to rise, and the feeling I keep getting is that you already know more than you are saying. You may have been watching someone carefully, noticing changes in their behavior, their tone, their timing, or even the things they suddenly stopped saying. There is something about this situation that has never fully made sense to you, and now the missing piece is beginning to appear. What makes this powerful is that you are not going to have to chase the truth. The truth is moving toward you. Someone may have thought they could keep their intentions hidden from you. But Scorpio, you have a way of noticing what people try to bury. You don't always need an explanation because sometimes the energy of a person tells you everything you need to know. Around August 26th, pay attention to those moments when someone's words don't match their actions. That difference is important. Someone could say they are fine while behaving completely differently. Someone could act as if they don't care while secretly paying close attention to you. Someone could pretend that a situation is finished while continuing to think about it. And you may be the person who notices the contradiction before anyone else does. I keep seeing the image of a locked room with a small light underneath the door. You cannot see everything inside, but you can see enough to know that something is there. That's your energy right now. You don't have the entire story yet, but you have enough clues to understand that something is happening. Don't force the door open. Let the information come naturally. There is a person around you who may be surprised by how observant you are. They may have underestimated you because you didn't react immediately. But silence doesn't mean you didn't notice. Sometimes Scorpio becomes quiet precisely because Scorpio is processing everything. You're watching. You're connecting the details. You're waiting to see whether your first impression was correct. And August 26th may give you that confirmation. I also feel that somebody may suddenly become more careful around you. They could start choosing their words differently, avoiding certain subjects, or changing the way they communicate. You may notice that they are thinking before they speak. And if that happens, don't immediately confront them. Observe. Their behavior may tell you more than a confrontation would. There is a strong message here about patience. You don't need to prove that you were right. You don't need to expose everything you know. You simply need to protect your peace and allow people to reveal themselves. Scorpio, there is something else happening too. You're beginning to understand that not every secret belongs to you. Sometimes your intuition tells you something not because you're supposed to interfere, but because you're supposed to protect yourself. That's an important distinction. You don't need to investigate every mystery. You don't need to uncover every hidden motive. Sometimes knowing enough to make a wise decision is all you need. And that is what August 26th is teaching you. Your intuition is not there to make you suspicious of everyone. It is there to help you recognize what feels healthy, what feels uncertain, and what deserves your attention. I feel a strong transformation around your relationships. Someone who once had easy access to your energy may suddenly find that things are different. You're not responding the same way. You're not explaining yourself as much. You're not trying to convince people to understand you. You've reached a point where actions matter more than promises. And this shift may surprise someone who remembers an older version of you. They may wonder why you're quieter, more selective, or less available. The answer is simple. You're protecting what you've built inside yourself. You've learned from situations that drained you. You've learned from people who said one thing and did another. You've learned that peace is more valuable than winning an argument. And now you're becoming much harder to manipulate emotionally. That's a powerful change. For some Scorpios, this may also connect to a friendship or family situation where you've been carrying more emotional responsibility than you should. Someone may come to you with their problems again, expecting you to fix everything. But this time you may realize that supporting someone doesn't mean carrying their entire life on your shoulders. You can care about someone and still have boundaries. You can love someone and still say no. You can wish someone well without following them into every difficult situation. August 26th may make that lesson especially clear. There is also a strong energy of something ending so something healthier can begin. Don't automatically fear an ending. Sometimes the ending of a pattern is the beginning of freedom. You may stop checking on someone. You may stop waiting for a message. You may stop wondering what someone thinks. And strangely enough, once you stop obsessing over the answer becomes easier to see. That's the paradox around you. The less you chase, the more you understand. The less you force, the more naturally things unfold. In love, there is definitely something interesting happening. Someone may have stronger feelings than they have admitted. This could be a person who has been keeping emotional distance because they don't know how you will respond. They may be afraid of rejection, afraid of vulnerability, or simply unsure whether you still feel the same way. If you're single, you could notice someone becoming more obvious around you. They may find reasons to communicate, appear in places where they know you'll be, or suddenly become more interested in your plans. But don't settle for someone who only gives you attention when they are afraid of losing you. Look for consistency. If you're already in a relationship, August 26th can bring a conversation that clears the air. Something that has been left unsaid may finally be discussed. This doesn't have to be negative. In fact, honesty can strengthen a connection when both people are willing to listen. The key is not to turn the conversation into a battle. Say what you feel without trying to control the outcome. You may discover that the other person has been carrying their own fears too. I also feel that someone from the past may cross your mind strongly around this date. That doesn't necessarily mean they are coming back. Sometimes a memory returns because you're finally ready to understand what it taught you. You may realize that you don't actually miss the person. You miss who you were before that experience changed you. And that's a completely different realization. Financially, August 26th carries a message of caution and strategy. Don't make an impulsive decision simply because you're excited about an opportunity. Read the details. Think about the long-term result. There may be something that looks attractive on the surface but requires more consideration than you first realized. At the same time, don't let fear stop you from moving forward when something genuinely aligns with your goals. You're entering a period where patience can become one of your greatest financial strengths. Small, consistent actions can produce much bigger results than one dramatic move. If you've been working towards something quietly, keep going. Someone may not see your progress yet, but that doesn't mean progress isn't happening. I keep getting the image of a seed beneath the ground. Nothing appears to be happening from the outside, but underneath, the roots are developing. That's you. You're building something that may not be visible to everyone yet. And eventually, people will wonder where it came from. It came from all those quiet days when you kept going even when nobody applauded. August 26th may also bring a realization about your own identity. You've spent enough time trying to fit into situations that didn't match you. Now you're beginning to understand that you don't need to make yourself smaller to be accepted. You don't have to hide your intensity. You don't have to pretend you don't care. You don't have to become less ambitious, less emotional, less curious, or less powerful simply because someone else doesn't know how to handle those qualities. Your depth is not a problem. The right people will appreciate it. And the wrong people may feel uncomfortable because they cannot easily read you. That's okay. You don't need to be understood by everyone. Another strong message around August 26th is about protecting your plans. There is something you may be preparing behind the scenes. It could be a career move, a personal goal, a creative project, a financial plan, or simply a decision about your future. Don't feel pressured to announce it before you're ready. Some things need quiet time. Let your plans develop before you invite too many opinions into them. Too many voices can make you question something you already know is right for you. This doesn't mean shutting everyone out. It means choosing carefully whose advice deserves a place in your decision-making. Scorpio, your energy is becoming much more selective. You're learning who gives you peace and who constantly gives you confusion. You're learning who celebrates your growth and who secretly competes with it. You're learning who respects your boundaries and who only respects them when they benefit from them. These lessons may feel uncomfortable, but they're making your relationships healthier.